Quasi here, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about when you should actually let go, and the crucial point that more than 99% of people actually miss who are in this space, who learn about manifestation, who learn about goal achievement, who learn about letting go. And what we see is that because they don't know when to let go, they keep prolonging the achievement of their goals for too long. And, they don't ever get on the path of least resistance. There's always a battle. There's always too much resistance to getting to it. So in this video, I'm going to clarify up for you when it is you should let go, how to let go, the best way to do it, and how to always be on that path of minimal resistance. So there's an ease and an effortlessness in your life. So please make sure you stick around to the very end of this video, because this will be a game changer for you. So before I begin this video, I want to quickly announce I made a free bootcamp for you. If you go down to the comment section below, you'll be able to access that, as well as our exclusive email list where I can share stuff that I can't really share on the channel. So if you just go down, click on that button, you'll be taken to a new page where you can put in your name and email and receive exclusive emails from us. So with that, let's get started. So today's video will be about when to let go. How do you know that you should let go, and when to put in the work, and when to, go with the effort? A lot of this is intuitive understanding. It's kind of like getting a feeling for it. For example, if you ask someone who's going to play video games, right? Like, how much video games should I play when it's too much? It's not a formulaic answer. Everyone has a different balance. So before jumping right into the meat of this video, I want to begin with a story, okay, of something that happened to me recently. So recently, my wife and I decided to take a 7-day vacation. And when I take these vacations, I completely switch off. I don't like to think about work, because if you can learn how to get out of the zone, you'll be able to get in the zone much easier. And whenever I finish my work day, I don't think about work at all. I completely switch off. And that was an important lesson that I learned, when I wanted to learn how to get fully in the zone and work 100%. I learned that if you can rest 100%, you'll be able to work 100%. If you can turn off 100%, you'll be able to turn on 100%. And so that's when I decided to implement these quarterly vacations. Now, when I usually do these vacations, in the past, what I would do is I would just completely shut everything down. We wouldn't take calls. We wouldn't accept prospective customers or anything, right? Even though I have a salesperson doing it now, I also have an assistant who takes care of things for me. I would just completely shut everything down because, I was very controlling. I was like, oh, if I'm not there, I don't want anything to mess up and anything to break. But this time I decided to expand my comfort zone a little. And I said, you know what? I'll leave everything running normally and let's see what happens. And so I just left everything running and I still switched off. And even though that was extremely uncomfortable for me, I knew that if I wanted to grow and I wanted to get to that next level where I delegate things and I feel comfortable delegating, which is the next step for me, I had to switch everything off. And that's what I did. I just completely let go of it. And in my mind, I completely got okay with the failure scenario. I expected that maybe when I come back, things would break. Clients would be upset because we turned off our Q&A calls and everything. And I was like, oh, maybe, people might get upset. People might not like it, but this is what it takes to get to the next level, then I'll do it. I shut everything off for 7 days, didn't check my Slack, didn't check my emails or anything, just completely switched off. And what happened when I came back, I completely let go of it. What happened when I came back was astonishing. I really didn't expect it, but our team actually made a higher revenue than we usually do. We usually do around 25 to 30K every 7 days in revenue. But this time, when I came back, I checked our accounts. Within the past 7 days, we closed 40K in new revenue, right? So, and that completely blew me away. I was like, why does that happen? That doesn't even happen when I'm working myself. So that kind of struck me as odd a little bit, but not too odd, because I've seen patterns like this happen. In the past, when I've completely let go of wanting to get something, it happened, right? So from this, I learned a core lesson of life was reinforced to me. And that lesson was, when you have been focusing on something for a very long period of time, you naturally build attachment. Okay? you naturally build attachment to that goal that you wanted to get to. But as soon as you let go of it, all of a sudden it comes to you. So why this phenomenon really happens is because of something in our subconscious mind. So our subconscious mind has this reticular activating system. It's this thing that filters out for things that aren't serving the goal that we've programmed our mind with, and focuses on anything that will serve the goal. When you've focused on a goal for a very, very long period of time, your RAS becomes one-pointed. It becomes very sharp, kind of like a knife. Right? And it cuts out anything that it thinks won't serve the goal. But it's not intelligent enough to know what the goal, what could contribute to the goal and what wouldn't contribute to the goal. So for example, how could it know that, skipping this networking event or going to this networking event would contribute to the goal? It might think that skipping a networking event would allow it more time to work on the business. But how could it know that if it went to this networking event, it might potentially meet new people who could serve the goal, right? So the RAS can't go on that. It goes based on memory and what you program it with, right? So in this way, when you focus on a goal for a very long period of time, your biases take over. The RAS becomes very, very concentrated with anything that serves the goal, it thinks will serve the goal, and brushes out quickly anything that won't serve the goal. So in that way, when I've focused on a goal for a very long period of time, the RAS has become closed off, right? And when you become closed off, you can't receive. And this is where letting go comes in. Now you've sufficiently primed your reticular activating system with what you want. You've worked towards it. Now it's time to let go. So the moment you know you have to let go, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in the way that the more you focus on it, the more you'll contract. When you feel like you're contracting and you're forcing something, now's the time to let go. Okay, and when you do let go, now you become a little bit more open. Okay, so the way to get the RAS more receptive is to let go. In order to receive a goal, to receive what you want, to attract it in your life, you must become open. The way to become open is to let go. So do you see how this works? Right now, the RAS is very, very one-pointed and it's very logical. It moves like that. When you let go, you scrambled up the RAS. Now you completely scramble it up. Now you're open. You're more intuitive. You're more perceiving rather than judging and more structured. So in that manner, now you can receive the thing that you've been working on for such a long period of time. This is the biggest reason why people get very, very close to their goals, but just can't achieve them. Like a revenue goal. You've become so close to that 20K month. You've come so close to that 50K month. But just at that last moment, there's this sabotage. Something happens, throws a spanner in the works, and it just doesn't happen. Okay, there is this unconscious resistance. That unconscious resistance is your reticular activating system that's become so programmed to that one goal. Right? It has become closed off to any new opportunity that might contribute to it, right? So that is the time when you let go. And now let's talk about how to let go. But before we get to that, I wanted to tie this into that lesson, right? So because I've focused on that goal of letting my team run things without needing me for a very long time, now it was time for me to put it to the test and actually let go and see what happens. And that's exactly what I did. And when I did that, I was able to receive it. Right? But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I never let go of it and never tested it in the first place. So this is why doing things that are uncomfortable scrambles up your RAS as well. That's a way of letting go. So, this is even key for you if you're like talking to someone that is your specific partner and you've been attracted to them for a very long time and you just keep like responding to their text every 2 seconds. But if you just let go of them and just completely forgot about them, you'll see that it'll be much easier to attract them. Right? This happens to every single thing in life. Those who are needy don't get much, but those who are non-needy and can let go of things do get what they want, right? So the final lesson that I learned from this is that the question inevitably becomes, how do you let go? Okay? One of the biggest ways in which you can let go, the most powerful ways, and this is the way that I've done before going on this vacation, is getting okay with a failure scenario. If you remember, I was talking about how you've got to get okay with whatever happens. Things could break. It's a risk that you're willing to take. When you take a risk to start up a new business, you risk some capital to learn a lesson, right? So that you can use that lesson to propel your future successes. Do you see what I mean? So in life, there's no such thing as fail or loss. There is just success in the path that leads to success. But it's up to you to perceive it that way. Because if you don't perceive it that way, then your life will unfold accordingly to the way you do perceive it. If you perceive it as bad, then more bad things will happen. If you perceive it as good, then more good things will happen. So just like that, when you get okay with the failure scenario, guess what happens? You now can become a little bit more open. The resistance drops. Your RAS becomes a little bit more open. And now you can take that action from a non-biased perspective. Okay? So that's the key to letting go, to become okay with whatever happens and just go and do the uncomfortable thing anyway. And to give you an example of this, recently I had one of my clients come on the Q&A call, Louise, who she has her own digital marketing business, and she'd been stuck at 4K a month for a very long time. And just as she was completely done with it, she was just about to give up on it. Right? And she was like, you know what, I'm done. And she just started writing up a resume to get a job even. You know, that's how much she was done with it. As soon as she just completely let go of it, clients come out of the woodworks. And she goes from 4K a month to 14K a month. And now she's fully booked. She can't even handle any more clients at all. And now her business, like, she's too busy. She has too much business. And now she has to find different ways to scale. And this happened because she completely let go of needing that thing that she wanted for a very long time. For a very long time, she wanted to crack that 10K a month barrier, right? And all of this happened because she completely let go of it. And just like with me, when I completely let go of whatever, needing that certain revenue and needing my team to do well, and I just said, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. I'll just take this vacation, completely shut off and not check. Because even when I just keep on checking, my mental energy, my RAS is still aligned with that. It's still aligned in, I need to get this particular result. Let's see if the result has come. When I stop checking everything and I just focus on something else, then it does come. It usually comes when I'm not expecting it, when I'm least expecting it, right? So guys, with that, I conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Let's do a quick recap. We began with the story of how I went on this vacation. And I let go of needing that particular outcome, which is the same amount of revenue level that I wanted to get, usually, but instead we almost did double, right? And I'd never expected that. And it's because I completely let go, first of all, and I focused on something else. I didn't keep checking. And number two, I got okay with the failure scenario. Those are the two key lessons that I took away from it. And I hope this was helpful for you as well. Please leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of this. If you'd like me to make more casual videos like this, if you'd like me to share more stories, I don't know, just share your thoughts, anything down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And also, if you'd like to work closer with me and my team in the Reality Mastery Program to see if we can help you take your life and your business to the next level, click on the link in the description below to sign up, and let's see if we can help. Who we typically work with are people who are business owners and entrepreneurs who want to take their businesses to the next level, but what they're finding is that they don't have a tactical or strategic problem. Even if they do think they have a tactical or strategic problem, it's stemming from an internal lack of consistency, an internal blockage. This internal blockage is making them think that they have a tactical deficit, when in reality they have a mindset deficit, right? And if that sounds like you keep hitting an invisible barrier and you don't know why it is, click on the link in the description below to sign up for a consult. Let's see if we can actually help. Our free Facebook group is open for you to take advantage of. You can interact closer with me and get access to exclusive stuff that, again, I can't share on the YouTube channel. The link for that is also in the description. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.